Dear students, in this lecture we will try to understand hyperconjugation or hyperconjugation effect. Up till now we have considered various effects which are very important to study organic chemistry, and hyperconjugation is one of those. By studying hyperconjugation or hyperconjugation effect, it will become possible for us to explain why tertiary carbonium ion, let me represent by using this short form, tertiary carbonium ion is more stable than secondary than primary. The same is applicable for radicals also. Tertiary carbon radical is more stable than secondary than primary. Or the study of knowledge of hyperconjugation will help us to explain, like what I have just told you, the stability of carbonium ions, the stability of radicals, and also the stability of comparing the stability of alkenes. So, let us try to understand what is actually hyperconjugation. Here I have written the representation of ethyl cation or ethyl carbonium ion. Suppose that ethyl chloride and heterolysis of ethyl chloride takes place at high temperature and using polar solvent. The electron pair goes with chlorine. There can be other examples also, and this carbon gets converted into carbonium ion, positively charged carbonium ion. The moment carbon chlorine bond was an example, it can be any other. The moment the electron pair goes with that atom or group, this carbon becomes sp2 hybridized. These three bond pairs will be in a plane, and since this carbon has all the 4 bonds, single 4 bonds, this carbon is sp3 hybridized and this carbon is sp2 hybridized. This much initially we should be knowing, and now let us go step by step towards the understanding of hyperconjugation. Here I have written ethyl carbonium ion, sp2 hybridized carbon, empty orbital, sp3 hybridized carbon, CH3 group, CH2 group. The same thing I have represented in this fashion, because this is sp3s of hydrogen atom, sp3s, hydrogen atom, okay, hydrogen atom, s orbital of hydrogen, s orbital of hydrogen. Now, what happens is that out of these 3, one CH bond, since this carbon is directly attached to carbonium ion, this is called as alpha. One alpha CH bond out of these 3, let that be this one alpha CH bond which is on adjacent carbon to carbonium ion. The carbon which is directly attached to this is called as alpha carbon. So, one alpha CH bond will be in alignment with what? Empty p orbital. It is quite possible, because this is a single bond. Conformation of alkanes we have studied. So, single bond between two carbon atoms, the rotation is possible. So, at a time, one CH bond can be in alignment with the empty orbital, and because of that, the electron pair which is shared sigma covalent bond, the electron pair which is shared between carbon and hydrogen, this electron pair has a tendency to get shared with this orbital, this p orbital. How it is possible? That we should be able to understand that actually these two carbon atoms have overlapped. There is actual overlapping. We have represented by using a bond, a dash. This bond represents a shared pair of electrons. This carbon carries a positive charge, so it has attraction for electrons. This carbon is electron deficient, and this positively charged carbon which has empty orbital will try to capture the lost electron density. So, this electron pair which is shared between hydrogen and carbon, alpha CH bond, has a tendency to get shared with this empty p orbital. Why it will get shared? The reason just now I have told you, let me repeat it. Unit positive charge will have attraction on electron pair, and these two have actually overlapped, and the orbital which is empty, one alpha CH bond which is in alignment with, this time it is this alpha CH bond, it can be this or it can be this, at a time one. So, this electron pair has a tendency to get shared. If it gets shared, what will be the picture? Let me write it. Hydrogen atom will go out in the form of H plus ions. Let me write that H plus ion here. And the electron pair in this orbital, earlier this orbital was sp3, and the empty p orbital, the sharing will take place in this manner, pp parallel pi bond, which develops a double bond in this manner. Let me show this. This was earlier orbital. Now, let me use short form and this new orbital, the electron pair. The electron pair is now shared between these two atoms. So, it is represented in this fashion. Let me again come back. This electron pair, this positively charged carbon atom which has empty orbital, has hold on alpha CH bond, electron pair in alpha CH bond. So, it is represented in this fashion. And if we consider that this electron pair is shared with this orbital, a pi bond is formed, and electron pair is shared, means the bond formation, this is the representation, this is a simpler representation, means what we get is this. Let me write it here. This alpha CH bond, sp3 hybridized carbon, this electron pair, this empty orbital positively charged carbon has affinity, has capacity, tendency to share the shared pair, and the moment it is shared, the hydrogen will go out in the form of H plus ions, and what we get is this. Actually, this is hyperconjugation effect. Now, what is normally written, means the same thing I have written is normally written, or what is there in the books, reference books, textbooks, is this hyperconjugation effect. Actually, actual shifting of this shared pair and developing a carbon-carbon double bond and producing free H plus ion does not take place. Actually, it does not take place, or else it would mean that free H plus ions are produced. Substance, if it gives free H plus ions, then it would become acid. The positive charge on carbon, carbonium ion, the empty orbitals, means it can accommodate electron pair, and one of the three CH bonds, let it be this, will be in alignment with this p orbital. So, there is a tendency to hold, to pull this shared pair and to share among these two orbitals. So, there is a tendency, if it actually takes place, the picture would be this, means I have written in this manner. So, the actual capacity of this carbonium ion with empty orbital is very close to this, as if it has a trend or intention to get converted into this. That is why in hyperconjugation, while explaining the hyperconjugation, we write, we show the structures, the effect we represent in such a manner that as if actually the lone pair is shared and hydrogen goes out in the form of free H plus ions. Actually, it does not happen, but the potential, the tendency, the capacity to hold the shared pair of alpha CH bond is such that it is very close to this, and therefore, we write, or therefore, we show examples in this manner, and this comes under what we call as hyperconjugation effect. Now, at a particular moment, this CH bond is in alignment with the empty orbital. At some other moment, this CH bond can be in alignment with, because if we suppose that this carbon, since it is sp2 hybridized carbon, and the three orbitals sp2, sp2, sp2 are in the plane of the board. If they are in the plane of the board, the empty p orbital will be perpendicular to the plane of the board, one lobe on our side, one lobe on opposite side. Now, these three sp2, 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 three sp2 hybrid orbitals of this carbonium ion positively charged carbon, if they are supposed to be in this plane, the empty p orbital will be perpendicular to the plane which contains 3 sp2, sp2, sp2. So, it means that with respect to this carbonium ion, positively charged carbon containing a empty p orbital, at a time one CH bond will be in alignment such, in this case, three possibilities are there, three possible hyperconjugations. At a time, at a moment, this CH bond can be in alignment with this carbonium ion, giving rise to this ethene and H plus ion. I have represented in this way. Same thing can be written in this way. This CH bond can also be in alignment with p orbital. P orbital, as just now I have told you that p orbital can be perpendicular to 3 sp2 orbitals. It can be this, it can be this, there are other possibilities. So, in this case, ethyl carbonium ion, there are 3 alpha CH bonds, one at a time, can take part in this type of interaction, where delocalization of electron, as I have shown you, the electron pair which is shared between alpha CH bond can also be shared between this orbital and empty p orbital of carbonium ion, giving rise to alkene and free H plus ion. And let me repeat, this is the extreme position which I have shown. Actually, this does not take place. The tendency is very close to this, and that is why theoretically we show this hyperconjugation form. So, for 3 alpha CH bonds, we can show such 3 hyperconjugation forms, one for this hydrogen, another for this hydrogen we can show, same thing, H plus ion will become free. Now, let this hydrogen atom becomes free, this alpha CH bond take part, then what we get is again ethene plus H plus ion. So, this is the extreme position. The interactions shown on page because of delocalization of alpha CH bond, electron pair in alpha CH bond, giving rise to such products is helpful for us to explain the stability of carbonium ions. Similarly, carbon radical, or similarly this can be used, I am going to explain it, alkenes. This is called as hyperconjugation. Now, what does it mean actually? It means that this ethyl carbonium ion is possible, can be shown in such 3 hyperconjugation forms, such 3 different hyperconjugation forms. One with this CH bond, alpha CH bond, another with this alpha CH bond, third one with this alpha CH bond. What does it mean? It means that the positive charge which is developed on this carbon is decentralized over, it is not centralized over this carbon, it is decentralized over 3 nuclei, carbon, carbon and hydrogen. So, positive charge is decentralized over 3 nuclei, and such 3 possibilities are there. One, carbon carbon hydrogen, second, carbon carbon hydrogen, and third, carbon carbon hydrogen. So, more the decentralization of positive charge, more the decentralization of this unit positive charge on carbon, more will be the stability. This is how we explain hyperconjugation. So, this is not resonance, but the same logic was used for resonance. More the resonating forms, more is the stability. If you recollect what it meant, more the resonating forms, more is the stability, means more the number of ways by which we can represent a structure by using delocalization of electrons, more the number of ways in which a charge gets decentralized over many nuclei, more the stability. If you can remember carboxylate ion, if you can remember the resonating forms of aniline, nitrobenzene, the pattern matches with that, and therefore, this is called as no bond resonance. It is not resonance, it is called as no bond resonance. So, like in case of ethyl carbonium ion, there are 3 possible hyperconjugation forms, one I have shown. More the number of hyperconjugation forms, more is the stability. More the number of hyperconjugation forms means more the decentralization of a charge produced if carbonium ion is under consideration. So, this is how hyperconjugation helps to know and to explain the stability of carbonium ion. Similarly, it will be of use to explain carbon radical and alkenes. After considering the hyperconjugation effect by using example of ethyl carbonium ion, we will now consider hyperconjugation for carbon radical. Let it be ethyl carbon radical. This is the representation of ethyl carbon radical. One, suppose that it is carbon hydrogen bond, if it gets homologically broken, homolytic breaking takes place in such a way that each atom will retain its own electron in presence of UV light, and a carbon radical, one CH bond, suppose that it takes place, the homolytic breaking of one CH bond takes place. It can be some other atom also. So, this is carbon radical. So, in this specific case, this is ethyl radical. This I have represented in this manner. Now, here again this carbon is sp3 hybridized, all 4 bonds are single covalent bonds. This carbon at this moment in the form of radical is sp2 hybridized, this one is sp3, this one is sp2, sp3 hybridized carbon, here sp3 hybridized carbon, and after homolytic breaking this is sp2, means if the 3 bonds are in the plane of the board sp2, 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 this orbital which contains single electron, radical single electron, will be perpendicular to the plane which contains, if the 3 sp2 are in the plane of the board, this orbital will be perpendicular to the plane, means one lobe on my side and the second lobe, other lobe on opposite side of the board, or these 3 can be present in this plane sp2, 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 then the p orbital containing single electron will be perpendicular to that plane. So, there are such possibilities. This carbon radical and this sp3 hybridized carbon, sp3s overlapping, sp3s overlapping, sp3 hybrid orbital of carbon and s orbital of hydrogen. Out of 3, at a particular moment, one alpha CH bond, same thing here, one alpha CH bond, carbon, hydrogen, will be in alignment with this p orbital which contains a single electron. Then there is a possibility that this electron pair gets broken and one electron of this pair and one electron of this orbital on this carbon, they form a shared pair, they form a pi bond. The moment that is formed, I have shown it here, electron of this electron pair and the electron of this orbital, they form a pi bond. This was earlier sigma bond. So, hydrogen radical will remain behind. This is what we call as hyperconjugation of ethyl radical. The same possibility is with this alpha CH bond and also with this alpha CH bond. Therefore, we say that if I have written here also, then I can show that this CH bond and this empty orbital, carbon radical which contains the empty radical single electron, at a time this alpha CH bond can be in alignment with, it can be this, it can be this, giving rise to pi bond and hydrogen radical. Now, it is hydrogen radical. Earlier, when we had considered carbonium ion, it was H plus ion. Actually, hydrogen atom with its electron goes out to form hydrogen radical. Actual such extreme case is not possible. But the single electron, because of the single electron, the carbon radical is very reactive. It has tendency to form a shared pair. These 2 carbon atoms have actually overlapped. The interactions take place that they are very close to this, and therefore we write the extreme positions, and therefore in this case we can say that this ethyl carbon radical or ethyl radical has 3 hyperconjugation forms, one with this CH bond, second and third. Again it means the same thing, that the single electron which was supposed to be present on this carbon, since it shows 3 hyperconjugation forms, it means that the single electron is decentralized over 3 nuclei, and such 3 possibilities are there, and therefore there are 3 hyperconjugation forms for this carbon radical, and therefore in future we are going to use this statement, more the number of hyperconjugation forms, more is the stability, and this will be of use to explain the order of stability of carbonium ions and radicals. I have just used one example, and in future we will use this example, we will generalize this to compare various carbonium ions and various carbon radicals. Hyperconjugation effect can also be shown for alkenes, carbon-carbon double bond. The requirement is that alpha CH bond, this is carbon-carbon double bond, I have written the same thing here. The carbon which is attached to this double bond at sp2 carbon, this is alpha CH bond of sp3s type of overlapping, this is the requirement, and such alpha CH bond is present in this. This is propene, and this propene I have represented in this fashion, sigma bond and pi bond, pp parallel, opposite spin electrons I have just represented by dot, and this is methyl, sp3 CH bonds. Now sp2 hybridized carbon, sp3. This electron pair has tendency to get shared between this orbital and this orbital in a parallel way. The moment this electron pair gets shared, means this sigma electron pair has tendency to get shared with this carbon. The hydrogen should go out in the form of H plus, and this electron pair should remain with this carbon. Since up till now we have considered 2 examples, let me explain this in short. So, this electron pair, if it is shared between this orbital and this orbital, this electron pair which is shared between these 2 carbon atoms will get transferred to this carbon atom. So, this electron pair, if it gets shared in a parallel way between these 2 carbon atoms, this pi electron pair gets transmitted to this carbon, resulting in, let me show that, resulting in a pi bond here and this earlier pp parallel overlapping, this electron pair remains with this carbon, resulting in, and the hydrogen now goes out in the form of H plus ions. So, this is propene, I have written in this fashion also. One alpha CH bond, the shared pair forms or gets converted into pp parallel. So, hydrogen goes out in the form of H plus ion, I have shown there, and this electron pair gets shared in a parallel way. To maintain the valency, this pi weakly shared electron pair then gets transmitted to this carbon, So, this carbon becomes carbanion, negatively charged carbon, and this hydrogen, one hydrogen of one CH bond at a time will get converted into H plus ions. Again the same thing. This is an extreme case. Such tendency very close to that is present in propene. And this becomes the explanation for stability of alkene, because this weakly shared electron pair and alpha CH bond, there is a delocalization of electrons, there is interaction among themselves, and therefore, the electron density is decentralized or distributed or delocalized over many nuclei, giving rise to stability. So, up till now what we have covered under hyperconjugation effect is also applicable for alkenes. So, if the same thing I have written in this fashion, then it can be shown here in this way. H plus ion, the hydrogen which goes out in the form of H plus ions, let me use this color, and it gives rise to carbon-carbon double bond and the two hydrogen atoms and an orbital which contains two electrons. This is negatively charged carbon, carbanion, this is H plus ion and a carbon-carbon double bond. So, this one example I have taken, alkene. The purpose is to explain the stability of alkene that we are going to consider after this. But how it is possible, how the explanation for that is possible on the basis of hyperconjugation, for that we need to know the hyperconjugation effect. What is it actually? This propene can be represented in this fashion, means the delocalization of electrons, decentralization, develops stability in this, that is represented in this fashion. Now, whatever hyperconjugation form I have shown by using this alpha CH bond is possible with this alpha CH bond and also with this alpha CH bond. Again the same reason, now I will not repeat in details. sp2 hybridized carbon sp2, if there is a double bond between two carbon atoms, it is sp2 hybridized. Sp2 is planar 3 hybrid orbitals in a plane making an angle of 120, 120, 120, the same explanation. So, there are 3 hyperconjugation forms, one I have shown, and because of 3 hyperconjugation forms, the propene molecule becomes stable. And so, many alkenes can be, the stability of many alkenes can be compared. Stability of carbonium ions, stability of radicals, carbon radicals can be compared by using hyperconjugation effect that we will consider once we are used to the theory.